Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel for another interesting video. In today's video, I'm going to share with you something that is going to educate you and open your thinking. Is that even English? I don't know. Like in life, every day we sleep and we wake up, we face a lot of problems. Or every day we go through a lot of challenges. It is very interesting. And some people spend their time complaining about the complexity of life, complaining how life is very complicated, complaining how life is very difficult. And I will tell with you, there are some problems that can only be solved with time. Like there is this wise man, he make a statement and he mentioned that some problems can only be solved with time. Very interesting. And there is someone who thinks he or she can solve all the problem in his or her life, which is very impossible. In this life, you cannot solve all the problems that you are going through. Some of the problems cannot be solved. You have to know that way. You have to think in that way, because every day people are stressed, people are depressed, people are even mentioning this statement, I'm tired, I wish I could die, because they are going through a lot and they want to solve all those problems. And it is very interesting. I've already mentioned some problems can only solve themselves with time. You cannot solve all the problems in your life. That is impossible. And if you problems, you find yourself in a very difficult or horrible situation. That is why most of the successful people, they are people who are very, very patient. They are people who are very, very reserved. They are people, when life starts playing against them, they accept and welcome challenges. And they know when to take a break and when to walk or when to go toward what they want in their life. And in this video, I want to tell you there are some problems in this life that you cannot solve. That problem is going to solve, is going to be eliminated, or is going to be solved with time. Time is the ultimate solution to that problems. Yeah, because majority of the people think they can solve all the problems in their lives, but once the problem become unsolvable, they tend to think their life is not what they wanted it to be, and at times it is very, very stressful, and it is very, 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 very good. And I'll come now. That was the concept of the problem. Now was the concept of the problem solving, which I was telling you, you cannot solve all the problems in your life. You cannot. Some of the problems shall disappear with time, and some of the problem will be solved. You get me? Some of the problem will disappear with time. Some of the problem will be solved. And let me come back to this one. This one is very interesting. This one is very, very interesting. I used to tell my friends, a child of a poor should have different distraction from a child of a rich. Very, very interesting. If you are rich or if you are poor, you have friends who are rich, you must have different distractions with those guys, because if you tend to behave or act and adopt the type of lifestyle that they live, you find yourself in a very horrible situation because you want to copy the lifestyles of others. You get my point? A child of a poor should have different distraction from the child of a rich. Very, very interesting. Let me hold my phone this way. These guys, they can come and steal my phone, especially these guys with motorbikes. They can just pass and snatch it and disappear with it. Yeah, a child of a poor should have different distraction from the child of the rich. Meaning, in this life, if your father is rich, or if you have friends with those who are very rich, and you are not rich, you appear to be rich because your friends are rich, you know what you have to do? The only thing that you can do is to be friends with them, but do not have the same distractions as those guys. Do not have same distractions as those guys, because if you do so, it will be very, very difficult for you to grow or for you to take a leap in your life. Yeah, it is very, very interesting. It is very, very interesting. If you are rich, you must have a different distraction from the poor. But surprisingly, when you pay visit to a nightclub, or when you go to a nightclub, you'll see most of the people in the nightclub are people from very poor background, are people from unhealthy family, are people who are even unable to make a living, but they are the one who spend a lot of money. They are the one who party the whole night. They are the one who start complaining tomorrow the government is doing nothing, the government has stolen, the government is useless. And they are the same people who spend their night in nightclub, spending the money that they have worked for it. Yeah, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Yeah, I hope you like. No, I don't want to stop. I wanted to share something again. I've talked about, like, if your father is poor, you must have different distraction from the child whom their parents are rich. I hope you like that one. And this one also shall be interesting. This one also shall be interesting. When I will reach that place, I will stop my video. So these guys, they can just pass. They can pass with their motorbike and snatch my phone. Yeah, I wanted to say life is like a public service. When you pay a visit to a public service, what happens? You spend the time, but those people that are unable to help you. You enter a public office maybe at 9 a.m. You will leave that place maybe around 2 p.m. But the things that you were supposed to cover in that office or do there was something that was supposed to take like 10 minutes or even 5 minutes. But those people there are going to misuse your time, make you take a lengthy time without even giving you the service that you wanted. And I want to relate this point to the problems that I was talking about. My life is not a marathon. If you want to solve all the problems in your life, you will not live in this world, because all the problems cannot be solved at the same time. And most of the people who tend to solve all the problems at the same time, they find themselves in very traumatic and difficult situation where they even think of committing suicide. Yeah,